Three, two, one. Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Hunt for the Perfect Parlay, NFL Week 11. Let's get it in. So, how y'all been doing out there this week, man? I hope you all been enjoying your week and happy weekend. You know what I'm saying? We're here on this Saturday night and everything. Hope all my sports enthusiasts, if you're enjoying college football, that's good. If you're enjoying the fight that we just had on DAZN, Connor Ben versus Chris Eubank Jr. I hope you enjoy those fights. I think that's a UFC event that's going on. I'm gonna probably be watching it here and there and all that and all. But like yeah, we had to get this episode in because it's time to make that parlay and hopefully we can win on our winnings and all that, right? So let's get it started. Yeah, I had to pick up my paper and everything. So anyways, we're gonna start it out first. Let's just get it going in there. Oh yeah, but before we do anything, this is a disclaimer. I am not a guru. I am not a bet expert. I simply just be looking at games and I make my decisions. You make your own decisions. Do not listen to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell you how to use your money. I'm not going to tell you where to put your money at. But I do use some strategy in the teams that I do select by doing your research. Do your own research. Make your own decisions. We adults here, right? All right, so with that disclaimer out the way, let's get started, man. Week 11, here we go. The first game that we're going to be talking about is the Washington Commanders versus the Miami Dolphins. Since it's the morning game that's going to be taking place in, I want to say Madrid, Spain. So we're going to be in Spain right there. Shout out to my boy, shout out to my OG, Ralph out there in Spain and everything. He tried to call me saying he was going to get some tickets to this game, but he's talking about them tickets are hella expensive. I need to call my mans after this show. But anyways, I'm going to select Miami on this. The spread is set at 2.5, Miami being the favorite. I got to take Miami. Washington is too banged up. Without Jaden Daniels, I don't believe in him and everything. Miami is coming off of an amazing victory that nobody saw coming with the Buffalo Bills. So I'm just going to go with the winning team. They've been riding this wave. I just don't see Marcus Mariota leading this Washington Commanders team to a victory. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. If Jaden Daniel was there, oh yeah, most definitely I'm picking the Commanders. Mariota there, I gotta go with Miami. Then Miami's riding a hot ticket, so like they're a hot team right now. So just keep on rolling with it. All right, so the next game right there, the next game is going to be the Carolina Panthers versus the Atlanta Falcons. Spread set at 3.5 points given to Atlanta. I'm going to have to go with Carolina. I feel that Carolina's going to do the full sweep on the Atlanta Falcons because the Atlanta Falcons' weakness is their run defense. We seen what happened last week when Jonathan Taylor just ran all over that team, him alone. Now we have Rico Dowdle out there. Rico Dowdle's going to shit on them. Rico and Chuba Hubbard. Sorry, Bryce. They're going to try to, I think they're going to this is going to be an off day for Bryce right here. I don't even expect him to get more than 150 yards. Not on his defense, not on the Atlanta Falcons defense, who is like probably one of the number one passing defense in the NFL. So Bryce is going to be very limited. Rico and Chubb, or Rico and Chuba are going to be just running all day. Two racehorses. So expect that game right there. I'm going to choose Carolina. Also, I'm going to do an underdog parlay to where I'm going to actually put Carolina as well over there. They're the underdogs in this game, so you might as well just make one and just put them there, right? So the next game that I have is Chicago Bears versus the Minnesota Vikings. Spread set at 2.5 points given to Minnesota. I want to choose Minnesota on the parlay, but I gotta put Chicago in my underdog parlay because I just feel that Chicago is now gelling and rolling, and I think they know exactly their identity. And with Minnesota, just because of the slight injury that was done to the hand of JJ McCarthy and everything, Vikings fans, all I gotta say is y'all better pray that Wentz don't even get into this game. You better hope that he could just that McCarthy can just go through the whole game. Y'all don't want Wentz there. Wentz is on under center. Y'all lose this game for sure to Chicago. But I have to choose Chicago on the underdog, and I would choose Minnesota for my perfect parlay. Hopefully Minnesota hits on that, but I'm just gonna choose them on my perfect parlay. Chicago on the underdog. The next game that we're going to be reviewing is Cincinnati Bengals versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Spread set at 5.5, given to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to roll with Pittsburgh on this one. Pittsburgh had a nasty loss against the Chargers, but that's the Chargers. And now they're about to go up against Cincinnati, one of the worst defense in the NFL. So I just see Pittsburgh revitalizing themselves and going up head to head with the Bengals at home to get the victory at home, straight up. So now you got the next game, Green Bay Packers versus the New York Giants. Spread set at 7, given to Green Bay. I have to roll Green Bay only on one thing right here. New York Giants got so many injuries all over the place. It doesn't matter what you'll do. You could bring the miracle worker in Jameis Winston. I don't think that's going to be enough to beat Green Bay. Green Bay is coming off of two embarrassing losses. I kind of have to say embarrassing. One with the Carolina Panthers, the other one with the Philadelphia Eagles. With the Philadelphia Eagles, seemed like it was a little bit closer, but nobody can get anything going because both defenses were playing pretty well against each other, to where it was like Philly just basically cracked the code and at least got some points on the board. Green Bay has to come out and beat New York. This is like Green Bay is going through another team that's going through an identity crisis. It's like, who are you guys? Like, what's going on with y'all? And I know without Tucker Kraft, it's going to be a little bit kind of harder for Love to do what he has to do, but I just really do feel that they can beat the New York Giants right now, man. They got to get this win. It has to be you got to get this win. You don't want to lose to the Giants, especially a hurt Giants like that. Because if that's the case, LaFleur is going to be on the hot seat. I don't know. I don't know. It's a feeling. It's not me just saying, yo, it could happen, but it's a feeling. It's a feeling that, he can be on the hot seat if you lose to the New York Giants. Hell yeah, especially if I hurt New York Giants. It got me fucked up with that one. All right, so the next game that we're going to be reviewing right now, it's going to be the Houston Texans versus the Tennessee Titans. Spread set at 5.0, given to Houston. Obviously, you got to roll with Houston. Houston's going to get that sweep on. They're going to knock out Tennessee Titans. They're going to get that sweep. This defense alone is the reason why I'm choosing them to win. Because all the defense gotta do is keep playing how they've been playing for the past season, for the past weeks. And all they gotta do, man, just put David Mills in good situations so he could distribute the ball to Nico Collins, get the ball back to Marks or Chubb. Just play a sound game offense. Just handle your shit on offense, because the defense definitely is going to handle they're going to handle their shit. Cam Ward most likely is going to throw an interception or two against this team. You know what I mean? Houston, you got to win this game. This is and it's a division game. So this is a must win in order for you to keep your play hopes alive. Now, we're going to go to the next game. We got the LA Chargers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Spread set at 3.0, given to the Chargers. The Chargers being the favorite. The Chargers, they're going to beat Jacksonville. I just feel that Jacksonville just let the ball just drop out of their hands. Like, my perfect analogy would be like Dr. Doom saying that he took over the world and he loses it like that to the Fantastic Four. Jacksonville just did that with the Houston Texans. Jacksonville is duty. They doo-doo. They poo. Trash. And I had admiration. I had hopes for this team, but I don't see the hopes no more, especially when you're going up against the Chargers. I feel that the Chargers are now, they're just in the mode to where they're going to be bulldozing over teams that they can easily handle, like how I feel in the Jacksonville Jaguars. Chargers are really gonna be. We're gonna really be seeing who they really are when they're going up against the real teams when it gets very close to postseason. So just choose the Chargers on this one. I'm choosing the Chargers on this one. Jacksonville is not going to win. Just don't see it. I just don't see it. It could possibly happen. I just don't see it right now. And Jacksonville do got that deep. Can we say they do have that defense when the Texans offense did that shit to that defense? Yeah, right. Whatever. Now the next game that I have to the next game, which should be of a real good game right here, will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Buffalo Bills. Spread set at 6.0, Bills being the favorite. I'm gonna have to go with Buffalo, man. They got to get that nasty loss out of there. They got to get that nasty loss out of their minds with Miami. And they gotta go and they gotta handle business at home. I will be choosing Buffalo on my perfect parlay, but I will be choosing the Tampa Bay Bucks on my underdog by the spread. This is going to be a real good game. I just don't see that Buffalo is going to really dominate like this. It's going to be a close game. Should be a close game. But all in all, I'm choosing Tampa on the underdog parlay, Buffalo on the perfect parlay. With that being determined, the next game right now is the San Francisco 49ers versus the Arizona Cardinals. Spread set at 3.5. Favorite is San Francisco, just as right. Arizona is going through a lot of injuries, a lot of key injuries, to where I just feel that San Francisco is going to go in Arizona and get that W anyways. San Francisco is well alive in the playoff race. You know what I'm saying? Just by them beating Arizona is going to help them out in the playoff race. But then again, this is going to be another game that's going to be shaking up the NFC West. The next game that we're going to be going over is the Seattle Seahawks versus the LA Rams. Spread set at 3.5, Rams being the favorite. I have to choose the Rams on this one. Reason why is because of the losses that Seattle has taken from two teams where it's like one team is in your division. The next team is also a playoff contender, straight up. So, with that being said, the LA Rams are just going to beat them. I just think Seattle is good, but when it comes to certain teams can beat them. They make it games, but certain teams could beat Seattle. That's just plain and simple Jane. Not saying that Seattle, sorry. I'm just noticing there are certain teams that Seattle is not going to win against. So, and one of those teams that they're not going to win against is the Rams at home. But then again, I can't really say that at home because the Rams lost to San Francisco at home. I mean, dude, SoFi Stadium is so fucked up. I wouldn't want to play at SoFi Stadium for as my home field, because it seems like other teams, like the other ops be the op fans be there. Pittsburgh was all up in SoFi when they was going up against Cleveland. San Francisco fans was all up in SoFi when they was playing against the Rams. So who knows what we're gonna get up in here, man? Who knows what we're gonna get up in here? We might have some Seahawks fans up over there in SoFi. Don't be alarmed if we do. Don't be alarmed if we do. That's a horrible place to have as your home field advantage. There is no home field advantage at SoFi. There is no home field advantage in that damn stadium. That's whatever, man. But anyways, I'm still going to choose the Rams on this one. I might try to put Seattle at my underdog. Might. But out there, I'm going to just roll with the Rams on the perfect parlay. The next game that we have is the Baltimore Ravens versus the Cleveland Browns. Spread set at 7.5. Favorites is Baltimore. And I'm going to choose Baltimore right there. I'm not going to even put Cleveland on the underdog just to meet the spread. I just feel that Baltimore is here. That win over Cleveland is going to really catapult them in the North. But then again, you got Cincinnati playing Pittsburgh. So all Pittsburgh got to do is just win. And they can keep their number one spot, where Baltimore is slowly creeping on them Steelers. The North is going to be a crazy run towards the end of it. It's going to be a crazy run. So I'm going to keep my eye very close to the NFC North. Next game that we have going on, also another game that you got to keep your eye on. It's going to be it's one of those important games right here. A very fun game too. Got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Denver Broncos. Spread set at 4 points given to the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the favorite. I gotta roll with the Chiefs, man. Denver is very inconsistent. Very inconsistent. And they get their victories normally towards the end of the game. And this is a very important game, division game for Kansas City. Kansas City cannot lose this game. This game can either make them or break them. And they don't want to get breaking. They don't want to get broke. They want to win this. Pause. They want to win this game. So, anyways, Kansas is gonna go into Denver. I feel they're gonna get that W. But then again, Denver is just so fucking weird. You don't even know. Denver is like the AFC version of the Philadelphia Eagles. They just win games. It doesn't even matter how they win games. They just win games. So I'm gonna go with KC on this one. But as far as a underdog, I might do Denver. Throw them in an underdog parlay. I might as well just do it. Fuck it. Just put them in underdog. Anyways, then the next game that we have right now would be the Sunday Night Football game. Detroit Lions versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Spread set at 2.5. Philly being the favorite. I have to choose Philly on the parlay. They're just the winningest team. We all know this. They find ways to win games. They just do the shit. Why in Detroit is strong, but Detroit loses to teams where it's like, are you serious? But the Detroit is strong, but they lose just like in the same fashion as the Seahawks. They lose against teams where it's like, these are teams you're gonna see in the playoffs, like Kansas, Minnesota, Green Bay, except for Minnesota, but Kansas and Green Bay, especially losing to Minnesota last 2 weeks ago. That was a weird loss. But then again, Denver couldn't. But then again, I mean Detroit couldn't make an upset. So I could see myself putting them as in the underdog parlay. Or Philadelphia's gonna win. So Philly's gonna win. And the last game that we have, Monday Night Football, Dallas versus Las Vegas Raiders. Spread set at 3.0. Dallas being the favorite. Of course, Dallas is gonna win. They better win. They better win this game. Because if Dallas don't win this game, holy shit. Season's over. Season's done. Shut the fuck up. We don't want to hear you guys no more. Y'all better win. Y'all better win this one. That's all I gotta say. Ain't nothing I gotta really just go deep into that shit. Dallas better win. So anyways, those are my picks for the perfect parlays. I have my underdog parlays that I'm going to be setting up. I hope you guys do well out there. So with the follow-up show, teams I got beef with, let's just hope that we all do well on our pickings and everything. You know what I'm saying? I will be having another episode probably later on tonight, but not dealing with sports. It might be one of my most controversial episodes that I've created in a while, where I guess I want to say what I want to talk about, but it's very controversial. I'm not going to intertwine it with here, but anyways, if you did stay with me for this long, you know what I'm saying, don't forget to like and subscribe to your boy, you heard me? And y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys later, and good luck. Peace.